It was just after 3:30 a.m. when they arrived to find a white 2001 Pontiac Grand Prix engulfed in flames. All three were friends, each remembered fondly by their communities and families. When the fire was extinguished, the horror that remained shook everyone to their core. Inside the vehicle were the burned bodies of three people so badly damaged that their identities were in tea. Immediately clear, Sexton had recently rented the Pontiac Grand Prix, the scene of the grisly triple murder. But the case didn't end there. Authorities believed Sexton had not acted alone. 34-year-old Randall Dawes, a man with a long criminal history, was also arrested and charged. Prosecutors decided to try them together. Nicole's sister, Caitlin Lugden, took the stand and recalled meeting Nicholas and Randall in a motel room just days before the murders. She described seeing two guns, one silver, one darker and smaller, and how uncomfortable the meeting had become. The small drug deal they had come for felt overshadowed by something much more dangerous. Phone records and location data led investigators to a hotel in Danvers, Massachusetts, where Nicholas had fled with his girlfriend. Randall Dawes was sentenced to life without parole for the brutal killing. Nicole's mother spoke in court, heartbroken that her daughter, who had lived a life of love and generosity, never got a second chance. Lucas' family echoed the pain, with his mother wishing the death penalty still existed. The loss of three lives in such a senseless, violent act left scars that no sentence could truly heal. Sexton attempted to separate his case from Randall's, citing that Randall had made incriminating statements to police which could unfairly affect the outcome of a joint trial. In his version of events, Randall forced Nicole to take pills, then shot her in the head. Lucas was already dead or unconscious. Nicholas claimed he feared for his life and only set the car on fire because Randall threatened to kill him and his family. After several motions, the court ultimately decided that the two would face trial together. Though he refused to speak to police at the time, the evidence trail was forming rapidly. In the still dark hours of August 13th, firefighters in Bangor, Maine, were dispatched to a fire blazing in Industrial Park. According to him, the night of the murders started with 5 people in the car Nicholas driving, Daniel in the front seat, Nicole, Lucas, and Randall in the back. He claimed an argument broke out between Randall and Daniel, during which Randall pulled out a gun and struck Daniel in the head before firing. As panic erupted, Nicholas said, Randall took everyone's phones and directed him to keep driving. Eventually, the victims were identified. 24-year-old Nicole Lugden, 26-year-old Daniel Border, and 28-year-old Lucas. She volunteered, coached kids' sports, and was a devoted mother to a young daughter. Mia, however, they did find him guilty of Nicole Lugden's murder and of arson. Randall Dawes, on the other hand, was found guilty on all 3 murder counts and arson. Investigators quickly determined this was not an accident. It was an attempt to destroy evidence. 2 of the victims, Nicole and Daniel, had been shot in the head. Lucas' remains were too damaged to confirm a specific cause of death, but it was believed he had been severely beaten. Daniel, originally from Kentucky but living in Maine, was a loving father known for his loyalty to his family and friends. He worked in construction and was someone people could count on. Lucas was full of life, always ready to lend a helping hand, and was excitedly expecting the birth of his daughter, Ella Rose. His death would come just months before he ever got to meet her. Nicole had been an ambitious and kind-hearted woman who had excelled in school athletics and community service. The aftermath of the fire revealed even darker details. Traces of fuel were found in and around the car, signaling that the fire was intentionally set. The investigation quickly pointed to 31-year-old Nicholas Sexton, who had been seen with the 3 victims just hours before the fire. On September 26th, over a month later, Nicholas Sexton was charged with 3 counts of murder and 1 count of arson. In the lead-up to the trial, legal complications mounted. The trial began on May 1st, 2014, and shocking testimony emerged. Nicholas Sexton himself testified in court. He told the court that they stopped to get gas, not to refuel, but to burn the evidence, On May 28th, the jury announced that it was deadlocked on 2 of the murder stoles of Daniel Borders and Lucas Tuscana, resulting in a mistrial for those charges against Nicholas. A year later, in July 2015, Nicholas Sexton was sentenced to 90 years in prison minus 70 for murder and 20 for arson. For the victims' families, the sentences offered some justice, but no real closure.